Well, I already did the survey, and the results were that everyone in this room has been on LinkedIn. So you think it's valuable as a platform. And so do I. I have about 25,000 followers now. I'm Kait Stevens, and I'm obsessed with LinkedIn, but I've used it as a personal branding strategy, not for myself, but for my business. And I'm here to teach you how I've used AI to help streamline my process of building a personal brand. LinkedIn is the modern stage for leaders. Everyone in this room, you all have spent time on LinkedIn. It's where people go to learn. It's where they go to connect with their peers. It's where they go to find new jobs. And so it's a really valuable way to get out there. And this is the market opportunity. There are 750 million people on LinkedIn, but only 4% are posting daily. And so even though you might have those people in your network that you're like, there's so many people posting on LinkedIn, it's actually not that many. So it's really the next platform where there's opportunity. But we're all so busy. Consistency is what is rewarded as a content creator, but how can you possibly find the time to fit that into your schedule? So what I'd like to help you do today is, think through a couple of strategies that have worked for me to build a process. And I'm really busy too. I'm a founder and CEO of a startup. I have 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. People tell me I am in it. So with me and the limited bandwidth that I have, I guess that what I'm saying is I know we're all very busy, but I'm going to help you create that process. And I also want to clarify that I'm not using AI to replace humans. I'm using it to be 10x faster at what does not need to be done by a human. And so that's where the process piece comes in. Okay, so one of the things that you need to start to do is what can I talk about on LinkedIn? So how do you easily pull these raw thoughts that you have into posts? And people are really interested around what is going on in the world. I talk about AI, I talk about omnichannel in the future of retail, and I talk about building a business. And I needed to build a repeatable process for not just taking those ideas, but then also capturing them to bring it through to posting. So it's the idea generation. When the ideas come to me, I drop it in Slack, and then I ultimately drop it into GPT. I do some of my best thinking and idea generation when I'm walking to work. So I have about a 15-minute walk to work in the morning. I am voice to ChatGPT ideas that come up. And it was, I was just at a conference on retail AI in Huntington Beach, and I want to talk about how everyone's wants to show up in search. And so I log all these ideas. Then I'm dropping them into custom GPTs. If you're not building custom GPTs, it is the easiest, biggest hack. You don't need to be building robust agents yet. Build custom GPTs. So I'm dropping all these ideas, first Slack channel, and then I'm bulk posting into this custom GPT to generate the first version of my post. Super, super important is the editing layer. My voice and authenticity, this is how I show up on LinkedIn. It is critically important that it is my voice. So those people who are putting ChatGPT posts on LinkedIn, I see them, they're terrible. The editing it in my own voice is critically important. I'm then using AI to help me schedule. So bulk posting, way more efficient than context switching all the time whenever you have an idea. And then I'm using AI to help me schedule those posts. So I've, stepped back and created a content strategy where, so I'm making sure to touch on those different topics and, vary when I'm posting them. Engaging, and then using that as a feedback loop on what type of content is working really well. So there's both, engaging with people on LinkedIn, but then also looking at what is doing well on LinkedIn that I should be doing more of. People love my founder mom posting, so I do more of that content. And the result is I've created this systematic process. I get millions of impressions, sometimes per month, from this content, flywheel, from this engagement flywheel, and also investing in what I know LinkedIn is prioritizing, which right now is short-form video content. This has really paid off, and people always ask, how do you get past the ick factor? this is not for me, this is for our business. And even your personal brand, like there's literally there's no downside, but it's generated 60% of Bridges, my company's lifetime pipeline. It is absolutely the single most valuable thing I have done for our business. And it also, unintended consequence, recruiting power. I have talent that comes inbound to me all the time that when I post a job, they say, Kait, I've been following you on LinkedIn for the past year. I can't wait to work for you. I got stopped on the street today and someone was like, I love your content on LinkedIn. So unintended consequences. I did this for my business, but it's helping me in my business in so many other ways. And so this should work for anyone. It's just about creating a system to balance, what it is that you can say to the world that is interesting, and even not to the world, but like to your audience that you care to share content to. AI has made me 10x faster to help me be more present. Being a mom and a founder while building my company and building my brand, and it's like been an unbelievable fun flywheel. And so I really do see this future where leaders are publishers, and you can use AI as a co-pilot. I mean, we're seeing this in the brand ecosystem. Product used to be created first, and then you figured out distribution. Now distribution is being figured out first by the creators, and then they're talking to their audience about building a product. And so my final thought for you is that anyone can do this. AI is going to help you clear your path, but you just need to create a systematic process. Again, single most important thing that I have done for my business, hands down. Cannot recommend this strategy enough. Thank you for your time.